I think the reverse way around, the creative work influences my tics. So day to day, so I dislocate joints. Being an older person with Tourette syndrome, I've got a lot of joint damage, and it's pretty painful. Uh, and it affects my walking now. There's a lot of negatives. Uh, so I would use the illustration of the movie Groundhog Day. Boom, starts off again exactly the same as thing. This is what I'm going through. Walking downstairs, ouch, ouch, ouch. Right, things are getting a little easier when I'm moving round. Answer the door, roof, bark at the postman. You know, there's certain such things that are repetitive. But I found out pretty early in my journey that being creative, as well as it being one of my strengths, is a great way of combating the tics. I get respite from the tics. I get massive dopamine hits from thinking of ideas to create on an image, to put an image together. And then when I'm out doing photography, I'm in a very quiet and calm world. I've used illustration a few times that when I'm in an everyday condition and I want to get some work done, I have to combat the tics. I have to like hold them in, and it's like the banging at the door trying to get out. There we go. And as when I'm being creative, it's just complete silence. There's no effort, no strain to hold my tics in. And it was just a strange journey because I didn't want to leave the house initially when my tics exploded. I were ashamed. They ridiculed me. And it wasn't until Carol, my wife, said, "Listen, you've always liked art." Now I've got a tremor, a essential tremor, and the older I get, the worse it's getting. So I can no longer do pencil drawings or paintings. But she said, "Why don't you try photography? Just go out there. You've always admired people's work. Why don't you have a go?" So when I went out, uh, it was funny. I thought, do I feel relaxed because I've got a camera and it's like I'm wearing a mask that I'm hiding behind the camera? That must be what it is. But as time went on, I realised it wasn't. It was that creative process inside my brain that brought that like a blanket of calm over me. And then coming back home, looking at my images, uh, never deleting any. Like the first time you look at your images, you're always very critical. Rubbish. Didn't want that. Didn't want that. Delete, delete, delete. But revisit them another time, looking with a less critical eye and a more creative eye, and it's I got the same sort of peace then. I'm feeling it. I feel the buzz now while I'm talking about it because I'm passionate about it. So yeah. Hey.